Namo Amitabha. I love being a vegan. I love the vegan lifestyle. Honestly, even as a kid, I would watch episodes of Kung Fu, the story of the Buddhist monk, Shaolin monk played by David Carradine. And I used to love it when he would say, people would offer him meat, and he would say, "I do not eat meat." And I've always wanted to be a vegetarian. I guess secretly a vegan. But my controlling, narcissistic upbringing in a toxic household, it was all about controlling me. My parents controlled me. My sister put me down constantly. There was a lot of physical, verbal, and other kinds of abuse, emotional abuse, constant criticism over everything my personality, my thoughts, my wishes. And of course, every time I would try to go vegan, my mother, above all people, would shoot me down and tell me I was going to become sick and get scurvy of all things and be put in the hospital for anemia and need blood transfusions and other stupid bullshit. But it's so easy to be vegan. And I'm amazed at the age of 60 plus, I'm still looking at a society that makes all the excuses in the world to torture, sexually assault, and kill and murder animals and eat their flesh. I find it amazing, with all the proof that has been offered by documentaries like Dominion and Joey Carbstrong and his amazing testimonies, and the times that he and other animal rights activists have infiltrated these horrible factory farms with videos on how pigs, cows, dairy cows, chickens, turkeys, rabbits, how these animals are treated, how you could still eat the flesh of an animal that's been literally kept in horrible, unspeakable, sadistic, torturous conditions, in filthy, unsanitary conditions. Animals raised in their own feces, surrounded by the dead bodies, rotting bodies of their comrades, their fellow chickens, their fellow pigs, their fellow turkeys. The atrocities of fish farming. As if we have the right to take another animal, abuse the hell out of it. Especially, I look at pigs. They are kept in these crates where they are they have a bars around them, keeping them in place to where they cannot roam freely. Especially when they are rearing their children, and they're only allowed to nurse, nothing else. This is evil. This is just wrong. And I look at the factory farming videos of chickens and turkeys with diarrhea, covered in their own shit, just coated in their own filthy feces with mites and bugs and all manner of wounds and gaping sores. And it's like, really? You want to put this into your body, and you look at how these animals are injected with hormones and injected with supplements. People want to bitch about the fact that as a vegan I take a B12 supplement every day. So fucking what? It's a little pill I take every day. I mean, the reason the animals have B12 in it is 9 out of 10 times they've been injected with B12 and other supplements. You say meat is not processed. It's one of the most processed foods you can buy. But it's the cruelty. And now I see it more as sadistic cruelty. It's not just, oh yeah, well you kill them, that's bad. These animals are tortured their entire lives. These animals are slaves from their birth. These animals are killed on a whim. Male chickens are ground up as chicks because they can't lay eggs. Young calves are stolen from their mothers and used as veal. You know, you did this to any other animal, you would be sent to prison for years. And that's all there is to it. The hypocrisy of it, the cognitive dissonance of shaming the hell out of someone because they abused an animal, which is wrong. To abuse a dog or a cat or eat a dog or a cat is wrong. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is wrong to do this, but then to casually eat the flesh of something that has been raised in a toxic, torturous environment. I recently saw a news article about some evil stepmother that starved her stepson and kept him hostage in a house for 20 years. Or until he was 20. I didn't get the story that well. But the thing is, for decades, I think she kept him for 20 years. You know, that really hit a chord with me, given the abuse I grew up with. How I was taught to fear life, to fear the world. And yet you have these animals, their sole purpose for being brought into existence is to be killed. And in the meantime, to hell with what happens to them. It's unspeakably atrocious. And then for these companies to be allowed to market themselves with goofy little cartoons of smiling cows and pigs and chickens. This is not a fucking joke. Yeah, I'm a vegan. I mean, there are people that balk at the fact I'm a vegan. You know, what? You don't eat honey? No. We're against the exploitation of bees. You don't eat eggs? No. Guys, just think about it. You know, you can listen to the bullshit narrative put out by the meat, egg, and dairy industry that says, you know, don't let your kids go vegan because, but they always use false narratives to back this up. They will support something that will actually really screw you up, like the keto diet or the carnivore diet or the paleo diet and all these other bullshit diets that don't work. But then they'll lie, just straight out misrepresent the vegan diet by showing some kook, some extremist nut that eats nothing but raw fruits and vegetables, drinks their own piss, and you don't have to be a weirdo or a freak to be a vegan. The diet I eat is a natural, plant-based, whole foods diet. That is to say, I eat greens, legumes, I eat beans, I eat cooked foods, potatoes, starches, I eat whole grains, rice, bread. I mean, I have a very full, delicious diet. I mean, today I had some delicious tacos with a fried veggie meat spam, which may sound horrible, but I ate it on corn tortillas with a topping I made with sriracha sauce and vegan mayonnaise. It was very satisfying, very delicious, and I look forward to having it again. I mean, eating vegan can be fun. I mean, fig bars, chocolate. I mean, there's any number of vegan foods you can eat that won't break your budget. I mean, there are many non-intentionally vegan foods you can get. Like I mentioned, fig bars. I love fig Newtons. And at my store, when I go to Kroger, there's some cheap fig bars, generic fig bars that are completely vegan. And you can get dried fruits, you can get frozen fruit, you can eat, I mean, there's any number of things you can eat and enjoy being a vegan. I mean, I know I personally have chosen a simple lifestyle. Even though I'm not a monk, I've chosen to live as a monk, but that doesn't mean I suffer. I enjoy eating. And I make damn sure that when I eat something, it is good, it is delicious, it is savory, it is flavorful. I love coffee, I love tea, I drink soy lattes, I drink oat milk lattes, I drink almond milk lattes, I drink variations of that. I mean, I enjoy the food I eat. And I don't buy something unless it is delicious and nutritious. But I don't eat for health. It's not to lose weight. I eat to enjoy my food, just like anyone else. And I grew up on meat. I grew up on Spam. I grew up on beef. I grew up on chicken. I grew up on shrimp. I grew up on a lot of things. And I don't have to give up those flavors just because I'm vegan. I will go to the Vietnamese mart and get a shrimp roll, which is like, it's delicious. It's like a shrimp bologna, and make sandwiches with that and cook with that. I make outrageously wonderful and flavorful stir fries, savory, sweet, sometimes very spicy, wholehearted, delicious. I mean, you don't have to eat a stupid extremist diet that is deficient in necessary nutrients to be a vegan. And you don't have to break the bank at all to be a vegan. I can eat very cheaply, thank you very much. You just have to know which food to buy. And I don't go to Whole Foods. I don't go to expensive places. I go to local grocery stores and Asian marts. I shop very meagerly, and when I do spend an excess amount of money, it's on something I use often. And I try to buy in bulk. So you know, think about it. Just think about it. You know, and I'm not condemning anybody who's not a vegan and calling them a Nazi. I mean, I grew up on the 1960s, 70s, and 80s diet. You know, lots of crap, lots of bologna, lots of, you know, steaks on the grill, grilled chicken, grilled hot dogs. I love hot dogs. I buy them all the time. Light Life makes a fantastic hot dog. Kroger's Simple Truth has a wonderful plant-based hot dog that's delicious. And you can put plant-based cheese on it. I don't eat that all the time, but I know where to buy, you know, plant-based, you know, chicken. You know, I mean, like I said, I made tacos with vegan Spam called Unmeat. And it tastes just like Spam, but it's not. It's all plant protein. No animals were killed in the making of that product. And it's decadent, and I don't eat it all the time. And in other words, I can mix it up. But, you know, you don't have to kill animals or support industries that kill, torture, maim, abuse animals. It's not necessary. Compassion is good for you. It's good karma. It makes you a gentler person. Doesn't make you perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't have to be perfect. Once again, just think about it. Namo Amitabha. Homage to the Buddha of infinite light and life, Amitabha. Namo Amitabha.